Okay. Didn't have anything planned, but let's see. Something off the cuff. What can you think of? Boom.
Oh hell, I don't have any cuffs to get off of. You know, you start get me talking about anything, I'm gonna start rambling. But
What's your philosophy?
I don't have a philosophy. You know, I keep my opinions to myself. You know,
No.
probably yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah. I keep my mouth shut, my ears open at all times. You never know what you might miss. I do know one thing, you know, that like, we don't talk much about my art, but that's who I am now. I'm a painter, you know. I still play and sing, but I'm a painter.
Are you frustrated with the music industry?
Well, I never give a fuck about the music industry in the first place. All
Sorry,
these
I
years,
slipped. Sorry.
you know. So yeah. Sorry about that. Um, so I'm. All I was in it to do was play. I wasn't interested in being no giant rock star because you're totally manipulated. You know, you're not your own man. You're entitled to everyone but yourself. You know, and I I don't know. That's not why I sing and play. You know, to get rich and famous. Never was that what in my motive for playing and singing.
It seems
It
like
was
you're
just to do it and keep doing it and getting better with different people.
it seems like you're kind of on this like moving stage and you literally walk from one thing into
Yeah,
another. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
It's like this.
opening one door,
Yeah.
you know, and stepping through that door, that unknown, but that scary, scary unknown, you know. You've got to do that, you know, or
But
you.
you've never been afraid of that. You've
No,
never been frightened
no,
of change.
I'm not afraid of the dark. You know, not at all.
So you move from one thing to another and just fall right in
It
and all
all
the doors
fall.
open.
It seems to all fall in place for me. It's been that way my whole life.
Were you aware of this when you were a child?
I sensed it. I had a sense that everything was going to be all right, and that everything that I was doing was the right thing to do.
Because you went through some extreme difficulties as a child
Well, yeah.
with your mother and
Yeah. I had to make manly decisions when I was 8. And that's almost a near impossibility. Not an impossibility for an 8-year-old, 9, 10-year-old child to have to make man decisions, you know, helping look after the family. And
right, you were helping to feed the family.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, my daddy wasn't nowhere around. He never got his hands dirty. Never one time did he ever get his hands in the dirt, you know, to try to feed us. But I don't hold any grudges or anything. He was who he was, you know.
Do you believe in angels or guardian angels?
Yeah, I certainly do. I certainly do, and I know that that we have a guardian, each one of us. You know, if you're aware of it, you know. I know that there is a heavenly host that is overlooking us.
But you're not religious.
No, no, I'm not. I'm not religious at all. I don't believe in anything like that, you know. But I know that there is a heavenly host, and I know when the room is filled with the light, you know. I know that, and I know that there is light within me, you know, and within you, and within everyone. Only they're whether they're aware of it or not, you know. I know that we're in presence of angels as I speak. You know, I know that. I know that there is an interior me that isn't this flesh and blood. You know, I know it.
Didn't
I've
you?
become acquainted with it.
You had a dream one time you told me about when you went to another place.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tell me about that dream.
I had one time I had a series of flying dreams, and just one night I went to bed, and
An adult, grown up.
as an adult, yeah, uh, and I went to bed, and I hadn't closed my eyes but a second, and it was like, boop, like this, and I was a green valley and a lone hill with a tree on it, and I took off running down this hillside, and I could feel like I could lift myself up, just like that. I could feel it. I could feel it. I felt like I'd moved. And then it was like, over. And I awakened. And I said, holy mackerel. Well, I went back to sleep. Right where I was. And I went running down this thing, and I leaned forward, and I went about 10 yards and came down. It was the most incredibly, I don't even know if the euphoric is the word or what, you cannot believe it. Well, I woke up, it was morning, and I couldn't wait to go back to sleep. Well, I went back to sleep that evening, just like that, snap. I'm on the hillside, and I take off running, boom, 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 boom. And then I leaned forward and I lifted up, and I was going with my hands down to my side, going around this hill in this beautiful green valley, and I came back and on the ground again. Holy mackerel. Well, I awakened, believe it or not, the next night. I mean, I could not wait to go to sleep. Boom, just like that. I was running and I went forward and I'm up. And I circled this beautiful green valley, and then I went on up and up and up. And I saw the earth go like that and disappear. And then suddenly I'm in a room of this house, and it's all, it doesn't have color. It's like burnt umber. It's not really a color. And I was in a bed, and I looked out the window, and there was a rock, just a boulder, and everything was like a dream state, and then a lone tree. I got up, and I went in, and there was an old woman sitting in a rocker. And she looked like, to me, she was my mother and grandmother all in one. And she said, Bobby, what are you doing here? It's not your time yet. And with that, I'm woke up. I'm back on at home in my bed. And I was totally felt at peace and at one with who I am, whatever I may be doing at the moment. I can't wait to do that again. As a matter of fact, my art is like flying to me. I can't wait to let that creative principle operate through me. That very thing that took me on my flying excursions and the beautiful, beautiful dreams. It's like I can't wait to stand before an empty canvas, and let the creative principle work its way with me, Yeah. I mean, sounds a bit out there. It is out there. It's right in here. It's everywhere. Sweet dreams.